Available now on Blu-ray from Arrow Home Video from just last year, 2021, is The Righteous. This is a black and white tale starring, directed by, and written by Mark O'Brien, who was in Arrival and many things you would recognize. I was watching this and I'm like, where do I know that guy from? He looks really familiar. This is a small indie, but I feel like I've seen that guy in bigger films. The answer is yes. So basically this stars Henry Czerny as a former priest who has recently lost his daughter in a car accident and is dealing with that grief. The film opens, I believe, like right after the funeral. And one night, this young, injured stranger, portrayed by Mark O'Brien, shows up in his yard asking for help. And then the film becomes, it's all vaguely similar to The Guest in a very, really vague way now that I'm thinking about it. It becomes a series of long conversations at the dinner table between this young guest, as it were, and the priest. And as the conversation goes on, you start to think that maybe this young guest is not who he says he is. And then maybe he says he's somebody that is something in the realm of the supernatural. But is he really? And it's a very small piece. It is an indie film. It is very much the kind of a film that an actor would write and direct, which tends to be showcases for an actor to do actory things. I find, personally, not always. So it's very dialogue heavy. It is like I said, it is mostly two people talking at a kitchen table, combined with some flashbacks and with some other things. The film does open up a little bit. It's not entirely set at a table, but mostly it is. And there are a few other characters. You get the priest's wife, and there's some discussion with them about who is this guy, and is he as nice as he seems, or is there an underlying thing, and all that other stuff. So I thought it was very interesting. It was very well. It was well shot. It was well. The performances, the actors were all solid, and it didn't enthrall me personally. After a while, I was like, I really wasn't into it all that much. I don't know that I would call it a horror movie. I don't know that it's being advertised as a horror movie in particular. But you have to forgive me. I live somewhere where apparently vehicles only ever drive in reverse. So this is the initial release of this film on video, and I always say hats off to anybody whose first film gets the Arrow Video treatment. And I'm going to look over here. We have a commentary by Mark O'Brien and Spencer Jones. We have cast and crew interviews. You have Grimfest Q&A with Film Festival, Q&A with Mark O'Brien that runs 20 minutes. You have a Radio Silence Roundtable discussion with Mark O'Brien, which is 73 minutes. So it's almost as long as the movie itself, which was 96 minutes. And that's him talking with some friends and people about how this film came to be and what is, how he got it made and the themes in the film and everything like that. And then you have a trailer and you've got a soundtrack and stills. So it's very loaded. And much like Foster Brooks, this film is very loaded. And it's very well made. It's very much an art house indie film. So don't expect a lot of like crazy action sequences and over the top moments. It's very kind of low key, and something starts bubbling up under the surface that eventually reveals itself. But if that's your bag, then it is available on Arrow Video right now, The Righteous.